Good evening. Welcome. Hello, everybody from Dubai. This is Claudia here, live from sunny, well, not so sunny anymore because it's nighttime, but from beautiful Dubai. And I welcome all our listeners and audience to this short little talk interview I do have here with our founder and CEO of Utopian Global, Bill Rowell, on the call. Bill, hello and welcome to the call. Good evening to you. How are you, sir?
Hi, Claudia. It's great to be here, and welcome everyone joining us from many parts of the world.
That's fantastic. Well, it has been a while that I had you on the Facebook Live, so it's great to have you again on. I know we, both of us actually have been working silently away. Because we are working on some really, really great projects. Sometimes it just takes longer time than we all thought, but hey, this is just the way it is. What can we do? The most important thing is that the products which are gonna come out very soon to the table are gonna be solid projects, and because everybody is looking for solid projects which are gonna be long-term and stable. So Bill, tell us a little bit more. What is new? What can you tell us? What can you not tell us? I know corporate sent out a great email for all our customers and affiliates today that we do have a new payment method incorporated. Tell us.
Well, hi, Claudia. A few things to update actually, but first of all, yes, the new payment method is going to be Litecoin. That is available. Will be available in our back office. So when you go to checkout from buying, whether it's precious metals or any other product or service that we actually have, you'll be able to use. You've got credit card, you've got bank wire, of course, you've got your e-wallet. You'll have Litecoin, you'll have Bitcoin to be able to pay for these particular products and services. So it's creating a full liquidity for our members in various parts of the world. And of course, Litecoin is very, very quick, very, very efficient, and many people use it. So that's why we have it now becoming available on our platform. On the updates on regarding where we're heading, well, I mean, yesterday, what's today? Today is Monday here Tuesday in Dubai. I was meant to fly last Sunday again to Africa, but due to Angola, Africa, actually, where I was there in November, December last year. We've done a joint venture there. I'm also the director of a company there in Angola. We've done a joint venture on a supply chain minerals where we're going to be able to bring products and services from that region to Dubai, process it, and as a licensed precious metal dealer here in gemstones, of course, we can process here, sell at increased margin and make that product available to our members. But unfortunately, due to the COVID situation and quarantine, I had to cancel my flight. So this is the point I'm making, Claudia. We're giving a bit out there, but the point is we're having great projects coming to the table, assets of real value. Going to be great returns for our members in different parts of the world. But everything's just really paralyzed in one sense because we just can't travel to meet, to finalize things that need to be done. And of course, in fact, we're having two great projects coming up of real asset ownership, higher margin, coming to the table over the next months, which should have been out actually this month, but because of what's going on, everything's has been set back. So, but we're not wasting that time. We're using this time to prepare and get ready, of course, making sure everything's correct, getting supply chain processes in place. So when we do move, it's going to move very efficiently. And of course, we've learned a lot of things from the past as well. So we're going to see the supply chain processes, what we've got control of here, and the payouts to be much more efficient for our members as well, which is great, Claudia.
Absolutely. And of course, I mean, the projects we're looking in, I mean, it's not going to be projects. And I hear so often people approaching me with, okay, we don't have a 1% or 2% payout a day. Okay, so forget about that. That is simply not possible. And we're also not looking into kind of crypto. This volatility is just too high. So what we bring out to the table is actually something which is real backed with real assets. And so which I'm really really, really happy because we are moving into this new cycle there. And of course, you know what projects I'm talking about, especially minerals, which is going to be a really, really amazing and a huge demand. Eventually, of course, economy will go ahead again. So eventually this situation we will leave. I mean, in terms of course, this global situation we are in. And so demand definitely will be rising. So it's really, really great. But again, as you know, we always say, like, good things take a while, and we could have rushed. We could have, rushed, but we didn't want to rush. We want to really build something which is a longevity, but also which I'm really excited about. For the market we couldn't go in before, and now we can actually give them something really great. And of course, this is the US market. But at the same time, you know, I'm so happy and really grateful that we will connect also with this, huge emerging market. And emerging, I'm saying, because, you know, obviously here being the last, 4 or 5 months in Dubai and being more here, you realize that there is another world out there. So you realize, wow, I mean, so we, of course, work so much in the West, but the East, it's just literally a different world. So dynamic, so great people. And what we will offer them, because of the connection, obviously, the traditions as well, it will be really, really fantastic for these people. And so, yes, Shakil, you're on the call. I see you there. You will like it very, very much because your community will be happy that they can finally be involved in a product they can really stand behind, they actually really want. And so why not also making money with that? That's all I'm going to say. And I don't know if Bill is going to say more. I don't think so. But yes, Bill, so you always have been talking about, look, stability, good projects before profits. I mean, before not profits, it's probably the wrong way, but you know, there's so many companies which promising you all of that and whatnot. It's better to basically have a very, very solid project, which is still giving an amazing benefit, but which is not promising too much and then only to be here another year or 2 years. We are really looking for and we're working on some very, very solid projects. Maybe you want to tell us more, Bill, maybe not, I don't know what you can.
Well, Claudia, it's a bit hard to sort of let the cat out of the bag too soon because we've got to get all the people hitting on us, but primarily I think the key is diversification. I mean, the trend is also your friend. So people have made a lot of money out of crypto. People have lost a lot of money out of crypto too. Cycles move up quick, but they fall faster, of course. But while it's in your favor, certainly there's a lot of money to be made there. And I'm not saying people should not be involved in it. I'm certainly involved in it. And but you need to not put all your eggs in the one basket. But the assets we're speaking about, these assets could never go to zero. Could never, ever go to zero in value, whereas a lot of the things, whether it's paper wealth or whether it's even crypto wealth, it could go to zero. But the products that we're speaking about, I mean, precious metals is 5,000 years. Some of the commodities we're speaking about, we'll be bringing to the table, and some of the really food supply chain products we'll be bringing. Huge demand, great margin. FDA approval, I can say that in the US because it's going to be available for US market as well. So that's very, very, very special. And that's all I'm really going to say. So this is a regulated product approved by the Canadian FDA and also the US now FDA. And this product's going to become available for a global market. And the earnings per year are going to be double digits, strong double digit earnings. So that's going to be great. And it's going to be callable. 100% callable. So if you put some money, if you put 10,000 euros in, you put 500 euros in, you put 50 euros in, you put 200,000 euros in. If you want to, you invest in these particular assets and you give us 30 days notice, you'll be able to get your 100% of your equity back and on that particular cycle. And if there's any distributions due to you at that time, you'll also be paid out in that. So it's going to be 100% callable as well. How can we do that? Because we're backing it with real assets. And we actually have strategic partnerships here, which are cashed up, very strong business people, and they love what we do with our community. So this is really exciting. And I know Shaquille, I know Zahir, all the group from there. Hi to them. Again, I love some of the people we're bringing to the table here to introduce some of the products and assets really to their community and to their region as well. This is a global asset. This is global. As I said, it's FDA approved in North America, so it's great. So again, it's all about when. I know people are eager to be involved in such a thing, but we can't force it. We've got to, because things are so much slower now, and business meetings are slowed up, and we can't do this and can't do that. Everything is going much slower than we actually anticipate. But I would say this will be going live.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I said before, in the next months, but we have a target. The target's really by the end of April. We want to go live at the beginning of May. If we do that, I think we've done well. We should have been live already, but we haven't been able to do that, unfortunately. But we're getting there. Things are in full progress, which is great.
Absolutely. As Bill mentioned here on the call, the other Bill Wilmot, don't give it all, Bill. And you mentioned, Bill, of course, regulation, and regulation is certainly getting tougher. Everywhere in the world, regulation is definitely catching up, be it in crypto, be it in anything. I mean, you need to be regulated, you need to be compliant. Otherwise, it's going to hit you long term. And so we don't want to do that. We want to have everything in place, before we even really get started. You mentioned something about callability. Absolutely right. Now that depends, of course, on various of the products. So some products are callable in 30 days, some in 4 months, some in 3 months, depending, of course, on the cycle of the projects. Because again, as Bill mentioned, we're going to have different projects coming out, which I'm really, really excited. But I'm also excited, obviously, that we, will have this new platform, adapted, of course, to the modern way of building business, of course, mobile phone friendly, which is really, really great. And the latest Litecoin edition was really, really needed because with the store project, which has been closed, or basically in terms of its transition now, and so people getting paid out in Bitcoin, sometimes it can be quite difficult in terms of taking long, especially lately. Transaction have a huge lag time, and so really now implementing Litecoin. And again, for you who don't know really about Litecoin, or don't understand a lot, or don't have it, don't know how do I get it? Well, very easily in any exchange, if you are in an exchange, let's say Bitfinex or Bittrex or Coinbase, you can actually exchange your Bitcoin to Litecoin, and Litecoin simply processes way faster the transactions. So this is a great advantage, a great addition. And of course, you can buy with Litecoin. I believe, Bill, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe with Litecoin, you then, once it is completed, the interface, you can actually also buy gold and silver with Litecoin. Is that correct?
That's correct, Letty. Yes.
So this is awesome. So you can buy then Litecoin with a Litecoin, precious metals, gold, and or silver. Now you can also get paid out, of course, in Litecoin, and this is really great. If you have an app, like I have an app which is called Wirex, and again, it's for some countries you can have Wirex, for some others not. So it's really great. Or you have Exodus. I mean, there's many wallets, and we will have some basic trainings. I mean, there's plenty of trainings out there in the internet and YouTube, but we're going to have some basic trainings as well coming up, how to open a Litecoin account, or how to open, of course, your wallet. So let's say how to get started, basic things with Bitcoin, with cryptocurrency, just that you are familiar with. Because again, since we are global, in some countries, just the very simple transfer or doing a bank transfer can be really difficult. In some countries, you don't have credit cards, but you have easier access to crypto. So Litecoin is there, very, very good addition, of course, to that. So Pastor Dr. Adrian Blue, he is also on the call. He says, bless you. Yes, I know you're also working on some really great things, and we're gonna believe Bill and you will soon come on a call and do a great interview about that. So I'm excited for that as well. But yes, so this is basically what we have today. Now, some of the people are asking, well, when is my March payment coming in from store? This is also on the way. So really next few days, this is also going to come. And it always varies a little bit. Give it a day or a few days and or not. So that is certainly going to come, which is also good. And again, it's just another income source for you. Bill, do you want to add something else which is in your mind to share with the people now who really have been looking forward to hear from you?
Well, Claudia, I think the most important thing is that we're living in very challenging times, which people are certainly familiar with that. They're experiencing it, correct? And that is, we're living in a digital age. Now, I'm a believer in I said again, I'll repeat myself, in diversification. Don't put all your eggs into one basket. And the trend is your friend. And at the moment, cryptocurrencies are certainly trending, as they did back in 2016, 17, 18. At the beginning of 2018, but then it just changed very quickly. And we know a lot of people that made money, and we probably know a lot more people who lost money. Okay. To be quite honest, including ourselves a little bit there, we lost a bit there as well. So diversification is the key. Take profits and sow some seeds of those profits back into real assets that have real tangible value. By a company that's willing to back the investment up and say, hey, we're willing to give your investment money back to you if you don't like, if you need the liquidity, or something's happened in your life, you just need to get the money back. We're saying we're going to back that and give that back to you. And here I am speaking about that. What other companies do you go to that actually say that? You put 100,000 in, we're going to say we're going to give you 100,000 back, whatever distributions on top of that you may have earned. Okay, so that's a pretty strong guarantee of who we are and what we are and what type of assets we're actually dealing with. You don't get those guarantees in other companies, and you don't get those guarantees from the digital world either, in one sense. But here I am saying that with the group that we're involved in here and the assets we're involved in. I'm an investor in them already, as you are, Claudia, testing this environment, and you've got to know the people. That's why you've come to Dubai here the last 3 or 4 months, to get to know and work with the team. And it's going to be awesome. So all I can say to the people is, it's good to sow seeds in something of real tangible value, and have a longer term view to ride out these cycles, because and these things are going to generate incomes for people as well, which is really important during these challenging times. So that's all I can really say. I just want to be able to get things out much quicker than what we are. But of course, my trip to, of course, Africa was cancelled, and next Sunday I meant to fly to Zurich for a meeting. That's still up in the air, because I don't know whether I'm allowed to fly in there, or whether I'm going to have to go to quarantine for 10 days, etc. So there's so many changes which are pushing things backward and creating so many uncertainties. But regardless of that happening, we're moving ahead, we're building, we're developing, we're signing off on contracts, we're signing off on joint ventures to bring these real assets to you. So we're getting there. We just need a bit more time, so we can get them, make them available for you. We're already involved in them, but we've got to make them available for you as well. And that's the other good thing. We don't offer you things that we don't have skin in the game ourselves. That's really important. Just like store, just like everything else I've ever done, I have skin in the game there as well. I've got quite a bit to risk. So we test it, we work it, we build our relationships, and then we want to make that available to you, a rewarding platform that's proven in the marketplace. So that's all I can really say right now, Claudia.
And in the meantime, of course, buy gold or silver. I mean, especially, I saw this, of course, Peter Schiff, everybody sort of knows who is in the gold market, Peter Schiff and his son, both going one into cryptocurrency, one goes into gold or silver. You see, when there's so much news now, especially about cryptocurrency, and I'm a huge fan of cryptocurrency, obviously, but when there's so much news, and literally you just open your phone and you have from there, everybody is like, this fund goes in, this investment, this whatever, all goes into crypto, which is great. But at the same time, it's good, as you said, follow the trend. The trend is your friend. but at the same time, it's also good to do exactly the opposite. So exactly the opposite. And I'm always have been a contrarian myself. So as you well said, you got to be diversified. So what we have really, the gold and silver aspect, it's you should never ever underestimate gold or silver. Yes, you may have a good part into crypto right now, and you're benefiting from that. But I talk to so many people, and so many people say, "Ooh, I don't really want to get into it. It's too volatile. It's too difficult. I prefer to have something which is tangible." Absolutely right. Because again, we just don't know, and what we don't know, well, but we know that gold or silver has been there since 5,000 years. We know it doesn't just have the application as of, let's say, monetary. It has so many applications, especially silver. I mean, just check out the different silver. I mean, especially in the US, all those silver companies, they don't have physical. I mean, there's no physical available. The physical market has totally dried up. There's no physical in the market, yet there's so much paper silver in the market. It's so suppressed, but there's no physical. You just had hear the different announcement that the different central banks now, they're starting to accumulate. Well, why is that? Again, there's a lot of noise, which is right now made crypto being, or Bitcoin going to 100,000. Well, great. Maybe even to 200,000. That's great. But again, while there is so much noise, often that can be also distractions. That's the way I see it. And so I just always tell guys, girls, everybody who is on the call, again, you got to really basically diversify. Very, very key. If it is difficult to get your hand on physical silver, isn't that a sign, right, Bill? You're muted.
Yes, that's so true, Claudia. Supply of the silver at the moment and gold actually is very, very difficult. I mean, I've been speaking to people in Australia, and they're the Perth Mint, which is the main, it's a government mint. You cannot. They're out of gold, out of silver at the moment. The smaller bars to ship to people, and so that's very, very difficult. The same in Europe as well. Supplies. There's so much demand. The supplies there's quite a bit of waiting time, and also there's quite a bit of margin over the spread as well, meaning that the cost of buying your bars of gold and silver have increased significantly over the last few months. I mean, gold and silver is the canary in the gold mine. So people are buying up gold and silver. Central banks are buying up gold and silver, which they're doing. More so gold, I would say, the central banks, but it's telling you that something's not right out there. But of course, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. We know things are not right out there. So why are they buying gold? Because it's an insurance protection against the financial disruptions that are going on as we speak right now. Paper currencies, trillions of dollars printed into the marketplace as we speak right now from the Federal Reserve, European Central Bank, to pay for all this COVID relief, etc. I mean, what's the end result? I was speaking to people in the US yesterday. They say the cost of goods, they may have got the COVID relief. On the other hand, cost of goods are costing them so much more to buy. Cost of living is increasing, and this is a phenomena as a result from the huge amount of monetary printing that's going on in central banks around the world, and this is going to continue for years. The effects of this printing that's going on right now is going to penetrate global markets for the years ahead. So cost of living is going to increase. Global economies are flat. There's no economic growth. Certainly in the Western world. Go to the eastern part of the world, they're still looking quite strong in some aspects of economic growth. Not as strong as, of course, prior to 2020, the COVID situation, but still strong. I hear China's back pretty much to normal. We see pilots here, meet pilots who fly in and out of Hong Kong and China. They say life there is pretty normal. People doing business. Whereas you look at Europe, look at many parts of North America, it's shut down, economy's locked down. So this comes at a huge price, of course, and the thing is, you just don't know who to believe. So during times of uncertainty, you've got to own assets of real tangible value, and gold and silver is a small part of your portfolio. It may only be 10% of your cash holding, but it's something that's there that's going to preserve your wealth and it's highly liquid. You can convert it back to cash whenever you need it, which is fantastic. That's the whole idea of Utopian Global Platform. So that's all I can really say about where we are right now, Claudia. But you've been a gold and silver buyer for the last 13 years. I mean, our platform has been going since 2008, February 2008. So it's quite a long time now. And I know yourself, the best concept that you've been doing, as we've always been telling people, is don't wait for things to get bad before you buy. Buy at a monthly basis. It doesn't matter. It's just a small amount. Each month, convert some of your commissions, buy into a bit of gold and silver month after month after month after month. Start building up the storehouse of wealth in something of real tangible value like precious metals. It's like going to the doctor. Why wait to go to a doctor when you're actually critically ill or sick? It's all about prevention. And I think it's the same about wealth creation. You've got to think smart, do smart things, which is building wealth before financial catastrophes actually occur. You have to prepare for it. And the best way is to save in real tangible assets. And that's what we make available to our members around the world through our gold and silver savings plan. And again, now with our other new assets will be coming to the table as well, which is really exciting. And it's going to be available for the North American market, which is also very, very exciting.
And the interesting thing is always like when I get always my messages on Facebook or Instagram or wherever. So people contacting me, oh, Claudia, I like some years ago, some 8 years, some 9 years, some 10 years back, some 11 years back, I bought some gold with you through the platform, but I can't access my account anymore. I said, well, no, of course, because the platform, we have a new platform, meaning a new back office. So you need to reset your account. But they're always asking, is my gold still there? I think I had some gold. Yeah, it's still there. And so they're like really, really surprised that it's still there. Of course it is. So if you guys lost your access or whatsoever, you may see this webinar, this presentation today, and you reconnect, because there's lots of people reconnecting, because obviously lots of people are not working. Lots of people are at home because of these, global circumstances right now. And so a lot of people are either looking back to what they were doing in the past, or finding, or really looking for things what to do. So if you are some of those people, because I know there's lots of people, who basically we are in contact with, and you don't know, how to access, very simple. Go to utopianglobal.com, and there, if you had been a client with us many years ago, you can reset your password by simply doing a password reset. But if you have been hearing about us from some colleagues, some friends, some associates, just go to them and ask them how to get involved into Utopian Global, and they will be gladly help you. I can tell you that. So yeah, Bill, that's basically it. Pastor Blue said here, gold, silver, crypto, the trinity of wealth creation. Absolutely. Bill is actually putting out there, Bill Wilmot from the UK, our great leader. He's saying Poland to buy 100 tons of gold. Yep, lots of places. And again, this is all this noise which is right now created about whatever hedge fund, those all going into crypto. Yes, I mean, yeah, why not? But again, there's a lot of noise right now. So while all days do that, you got to always think there are other people doing something very, very quietly. And so, as Bill said, don't be one of those people who get left behind. In fact, I'm, after this call, need to buy some gold or silver as well, because again, that's what I do. I try to, on a weekly basis, buy some gold or silver, because it's a hedge against inflation, and we dollar cost average, of course. So I get not always the cheapest price. I sometimes get a higher price, sometimes a medium price, but it doesn't matter. The matter is to have the habit of put something aside which preserves your labor, meaning your work you do, your time you actually give, which is never going to come back. So when you get it paid, your time for a paper currency, you're always losing value. With precious metals, of course, you do not lose value. And this is why I always like to, of course, do that, encourage that. No matter what, I will always do that. And so with that, Bill, I give it up to you to the closing words. Thank you, all your listeners, audience from all around the world. It's really, really great. I'm excited for what's coming. Stay tuned. Yes, hopefully some of those advices or tips we gave you, you're actually going to follow. And thank you, all you, again, people who always being with us so loyal. Thank you, Bill.
Well, thanks, Claudia. Thanks, Bill Wilmot, and of course, Dr. Adrian Blue for their comments and inputs always, actually. They're great leaders. No, you've nailed it, Claudia. I mean, it's all about owning real assets, and this is what we make available to people. So stay safe, stay well, diversify some of those savings into hard assets, strong assets that you know are going to be around and have value for decades to come, and also growth, of course. And silver, of course, moving into electric vehicles and battery technologies. They're all going to require silver. Every phone has silver, a bit of gold in it. So as we start to move in this climate changing world from fossil fuels into, of course, green energy, the demand on metals is also going to increase significantly as well. So as a longer term picture and view, these are great things, not just for wealth preservation. These are great things, I believe, to own, because I believe the exchange rate between the current price and and the future is going to greatly increase over the next coming years, which is why I own it, of course. You've got to have a longer term view. But for people who have of course, that maybe they can't think 5, 6, 10 years out, because depending on the monetary situation, income situation you're in, we have our platform. We have our referral program, which can generate strong incomes for you, of course, and at the same time you're getting ownership of real assets such as gold and silver. So anyway, I know Claudia speaks about that on her training. So thanks, everyone. Stay safe and well, and let's keep sowing seeds of prosperity. If you can't sow seeds of prosperity, you've got nothing to harvest. So we've got to keep moving. Got to keep sowing.
Thank you. Be blessed, stay safe, and I see you on our next broadcast.